dashboard, everything is blinking yes that we are live with Heath Eslinger. How you doing, man?
Hey, I'm doing great. Just another day of homeschool, Groundhog Day all over again. It's not even a year.
You.
Just COVID-19. It's not 2020. It's COVID-19.
I told you. I said, man, I hear kids in the background. What are you, homeschooling or something?
Crazy. Homeschool cafeteria. They're in there making something nonstop.
Well, my promise is I won't keep you too long, but I wanted to catch up with you, and I'm going to ask 2 or 3 questions at once, like right now, and then give you the floor.
All right.
So one, how's podcasting in that life? 2, do you have any events coming up? And 3, is there anything that you're doing new during quarantine? Are you reading new books? Are you working on new projects, a new habit, push-ups, something? So podcasting, events, and habits. Go.
So podcasting, we got 2 podcasts, our FCA Wrestling podcast, which has been unbelievable. We've also been going Facebook Live every Wednesday with some of the greatest guys in our sport. It's unbelievable. We actually have Kyle Snyder coming on next Wednesday. So if you're on Facebook, go to our FCA Wrestling page and check that out. It's going good. We continue to record some podcasts for a better way. We haven't launched those yet. We're kind of waiting just to strategically do that. New things, and it's funny, the week that this hit, we were supposed to be at the NCAA wrestling tournament. The following week, I was supposed to have neck surgery. You can kind of see the scar there.
Oh, wow.
So when the NCAAs got canceled, we moved it up a week. So for 4 weeks, I was in a neck brace. So as far as exercise and stuff goes, I have not been doing much. I just went to the doctor yesterday, so I'm kind of cleared to jump back on things. So
was it vertebra, net fusion?
My C6, C7. I'd had a disc replacement. They went back in and fused it. So I've taken a lot of butt whippings in my day. And so
you know what that's from, real quick? From a guy who wrestled wrong. That's from somebody cranking you in the front headlock like that. Yeah. That's what that is.
It's crazy, man. If you parents out there that want your kids to have this long journey in sport, I really don't think you know what you're wishing for. But
when you were getting ready going for your surgery, did you just keep hearing the phrase cross face? No, not cross face.
Dude, I've X'd all that out. And so, but we got some great stuff going on with our virtual training for parents. We're in some schools in Colorado. Man, we really got some great stuff happening. We're working with a couple of schools, MTSU, the Air Force Academy, UNC Charlotte, doing some consulting with their staff and teams. So that's been a blast.
I got to get you up to Carson Newman. We got to get you up to Carson Newman, dude.
Do it, man. Let's do it. I'd love to. So got a lot of stuff going on with teams and I mean, obviously I love the coaching side of it, helping coaches kind of not make the same mistakes I did.
Well, and also, I mean, I heard you mention a lot of schools. I'm waiting to hear the big I'm putting the pressure on them. I'm waiting to hear the big announcement where Hamilton County schools have just signed you guys up to help them. That's what I'm ready to hear.
Well, we were in that, man. I mean, we were right on the brink of making it happen. We have a proposal that we're waiting to meet about, but hopefully, this next school year, I mean, again, Dr. Johnson and several of those guys, obviously Joe Smith, who's on the school, we want to provide an opportunity to educate every parent in Hamilton County and help them. So
yeah, well, maybe one day. That's just me putting some big pressure. Hey, look, you're on your phone, right?
No, I'm on my computer.
Oh, okay, cool. Well, then I'm gonna play because I promised you. We're about 4 minutes into this. I promised you very little business today because your brain. You just got off a really important phone call. Yeah. So your brain. You may just be a little wanting to check out, have the easy life. So we're gonna play a little game.
All right, let's go.
And we're going to play actually 2 little games. The first game is this. I'm going to put a picture up that I found off of your Facebook page, and you're going to tell me the story behind it.
All right, ready. Let's go.
I did this with Jeff Stiles last night.
This is great.
He was nervous. All right, here we go.
All right.
Bam.
The story. Oh, so that is I went out 2 years ago and did a little California tour working with some universities, went by Stanford, Cal Poly, and Fresno State. So Jason Borelli is one of my good buddies. It's funny. I was just texting him yesterday. I used an article about one of his athletes that is just unbelievable. Guy was a national finalist, only wrestled 3 months out of the year in high school, but ended up being a Division I runner-up. But he was extremely focused. And so I did a thing yesterday with the cadets at Air Force talking about, a lot of times coaches talk about what are you doing to get better?
Right.
when really it should be, what are you willing to let go of that's holding you back? And so a lot of times it's not what we're doing, it's what we're willing to let go of. And so it's clutter, man. We just got, it's the same as true with us, man. A lot of times I don't get things done because I'm just doing stupid stuff all day.
I just talked about this the other day. So I actually said there's 4 quadrants. The things we love to do that make us money or that are productive, the things that we love to do that waste time, the things that we hate to do that make us money, and the things we hate to do that make us no money. And the problem with it is most of us spend time in the things we hate to do that we avoid. So we avoid the things that make us the money, or the things that we love to do that keep us busy but not productive.
Yeah.
There's those 4 quadrants.
And I'm the world's worst. And Franklin Covey has some great stuff on that, talking about what's urgent, what's important, and different things. So
all right, here we go.
Was it at Stanford?
Well, see, that's why I like it. This is a podcast without me you're not even thinking. What about this one?
So that's an FCA wrestling camp. We call it 24 Hours with God. We bring them in at 5 p.m. on a Friday. They leave at 5 p.m. on a Saturday. We do 4 different church services. We do 4 different wrestling sessions. They do sleep at night. I'm a guy who I'm not a night owl. So if you go to camp with me, at some point we're going to bed. I'm going to drop the hammer. But right. That was us there.
All right, here we go. What's this one?
Oh man, that's I was speaking for a group in Houston, Texas called Avetta, and they are a company that what they do is they go in when you hire a contractor. I'm talking big. This is like BP, Exxon, all these big dogs. When you hire a contractor, they make sure that contractor's safety record is good. Gotcha. And so you're not hiring someone that's going to do something dangerous in your organization. So that was out in Houston. I was speaking.
All right, here we go. What about that one?
Oh, that guy's name's Tim Vanny. That was on that same trip in California. I was doing a California coaches clinic at Fresno State University. Tim Vanny was an Olympian back in the late 80s, early 90s, and just crossed paths with him there again. And I'm not very tall. I mean, I'm 5'10", so you can see how short he was. So
it reminds me though, when I see that guy, the glasses. Me and my daughter are watching right now on ESPN The Last Dance about Michael Jordan, which is phenomenal. Mm-hmm. But she said this to me. She goes, when you look at these old guys, you would never know just how bad they were. And when I see that picture, I go, Olympian. And then you think back in his day, he would tie you in a knot. Yeah. Tie you in a knot. All right, let's see. Just a couple more, and then we'll give me 2 more minutes here. Okay. All right, what's this one right here? What are you doing right there, man?
God, I'm probably yelling at a ref saying, dude, that's 2. You idiot, man. Give our guy the takedown. And it probably wasn't anywhere close to a takedown, but I was probably arguing for it anyway.
All right, let's see. I think I only have 1 more, and then we'll play my last little game, and I'll let you out of here. Here we go, man. What's this? Who's this right here? Who's that bad boy or bad girl?
I don't know who that is.
On yours, it's a dog off of your coaching page.
Yeah, I don't know. That may be like a stock photo, or I don't know what that is.
It says right here, post a picture of your pet day. So I thought it was your pet.
Maybe not. I do have pets. Yeah, I have pets. Yeah, but that one's not mine.
It's perfect. It goes right into the next game. Are you ready?
I'm ready. Go.
Cat or dog? Are you a cat or dog person?
Dog,
that's a perfect.
Sure. Yeah. Dude, dog for sure.
All right. Then me and my daughter have been playing these family-friendly games of Would You Rather. So we've been doing online. I mean, we get like 100, 120 people that are commenting. It's fun.
That's awesome.
So you pick dog. If you could have one superpower, fly or strength? Super strength or be able to fly?
I like being around the people. I'm going to say strength.
Okay. See, this is getting to know Heath Eslinger in a different way. If you had to sing everything you said or scream everything you said, which would you pick?
Sing. My wife's a great singer. You should check out a Facebook post I did a few weeks ago. I posted. She sang on Easter for our church. But God didn't bless me with singing because I'm way too arrogant and full of myself.
Pancakes or waffles? If you could only eat one, the rest. What's your favorite candy bar?
You ready?
Yeah.
Heath bar.
Oh.
I'm not joking. My kids make fun of me even when we go to Dairy Queen and get a Blizzard. I always get a Heath Blizzard. I love coffee.
Of course you do.
Yeah.
Of course you do. All right, let's see.
I told you I was arrogant and full of myself.
Yep. All right, two more. Here we go. Two more questions. If you could be an actor in any movie, what it doesn't matter what movie it is, if you could be the actor in any movie, what would it be?
Dances with Wolves.
You just made that up.
I swear.
You don't know you did.
Kevin Costner, dude. That's my favorite movie.
I would have put $1 million. You would have been shoot at a Vision Quest.
No, dude. Yeah, no. I got to be that. You know, I mean, in essence, you know, I got to play that role, but I love like old movies like that.
See, because I like shoot and dancing. I love the shoot character. You know.
Yeah.
You think you'll make weight?
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope so. Yeah, me too.
Great movie.
That's a great movie. I bet I watched that movie 1,000 times in the 80s. And the jump rope scene right before he goes out the door. Yeah. Are you kidding me? If you had to get rid of any holiday, what holiday would you get rid of?
Golly, I mean that's like a loaded question.
It is. You're going to get in trouble on this one.
Man,
this is why I asked it.
If I had to get rid of
any holiday, yep. What holiday would you get rid of, man? This is easy though. We've getting 1,000 holidays now. There's all these days out there.
Yeah, I know, but I don't know what half those holidays are.
Just get rid. You see.
Maybe get rid of Labor Day. I think we were created to work, man.
Now you got all the unions mad at you. Way to go, man.
No kidding.
You can't run for office now.
Yeah.
Hey, do me a favor, man.
This guy's not running for office. I want people to like me. And in politics, you draw the line, half people hate you. I love seeing Joe Smith's tweet. My man Joe, Papa Joe.
He's getting in it.
Dude, he just handles it so well, though, with class. I'd come out fighting.
Well, and also, too, once you know Joe, you can push a little bit, but if he pushes back, if you're a jerk to Joe Smith,
you better watch out.
It's a bad look.
Yeah,
it is. Are you the guy that cussed out Joe Smith?
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah.
Jerk. Hey, do you have, I know we talked about podcasting and you're doing some online coaching and you got something every Wednesday. Do you guys have any online big events coming up that you've planned? Do you have anything you want to tell everybody about or just send them?
We don't have any. Really, the thing we're hitting hard is our online virtual training stuff. Just really, you talked about Hamilton County, getting that into schools. We have a big event actually next Thursday night. That will be May 7th. Next Thursday night, Ocoee FCA. All right. If you go to ocoeefca.org and click on events, you get to hear about all that's been going on with our FCA here locally. Man, it's going to be obviously it's a virtual banquet, but you're going to hear some cool stuff, man. We've been doing, twice in the last 3 weeks, I've been 1 a.m. to 3 a.m. in the morning it's a Wednesday morning. It's late Tuesday night. I've been doing stuff with about 100 coaches in Russia. And so have a translator, everything. It's super cool. I've been doing some stuff with coaches in Africa, obviously doing stuff with coaches here locally and nationally. But, man, it's, the thing is, Tim Elmore says when you allow your kids to be bored, it gives them the freedom to be creative. And so that's one of the issues today is kids are never bored, so they don't have to use their imagination.
So my daughter has been figuring out her own workouts every day.
Yeah.
And she's painting. She's got these things. So now she's painting and she'll come out and show it off. And if you try to fill those moments, she misses the chance to develop that part of her.
Yeah.
She does what I want her to do.
Yes.
And that's not her.
Yeah.
Hey, and real quick, I want to say this too. You have a lot of online content sitting out there. And because you are a head college wrestling coach and that's kind of your wheelhouse, a lot of people may think that what you teach or what you try to help is just with inside the wrestling world. The stuff you guys teach it translates.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with wrestling. It has to do with humans.
But you know that it's easy to get pigeonholed.
Yeah. We the stuff we talk about, it's more dealing with the heart of the person and the mind of the person. And, our parenting stuff, it has nothing to do with a specific sport. It just, listen, the parenting journey's hard, man. I've had two really jobs in my life, coach and parent. And both of them are extremely difficult. And neither of them come with an exact manual. So we just want to come alongside parents. You can go to abetterwayathletics.com and click on virtual training. We actually have a deal. I was on Glazier Clinics last week with Tim Grover, Kevin Elko, some big dogs. And so we actually have a bundle package right now. You can get a bunch of our coaching and parenting stuff for half off. And then you can get the parenting stuff at a discounted rate too. Just go to abetterwayathletics.com, click on the virtual training tab, scroll down, and boom.
Are you ready for quarantine to be over?
Man, you know, it's funny. I was driving. We went fishing the other day out toward my brother's house, and my brother's a pediatric dentist in town. If you have a child, go visit pediatric dentistry of Chattanooga. Udawa, he's everywhere, man. He's whooped my tail in the business world. But you know, we were driving out there, and I had a little bit of anxiety going, man. I've enjoyed this. Here's what I think is we have to wrestle with is what's worth putting back on our plates. Listen, my kids are in here cooking. So I went and got 3 slabs of ribs today. You know why? Because every Friday night we've been cooking ribs. You know why, Clint? Because we have time to do it.
Yeah.
And so, like, before, we're chasing all these things that there's no promise of a return. Yeah, we're playing volleyball and we're playing soccer and we're doing all this stuff, but there's no promise of a return. You know what? There is a promise of return on spending time with your kids.
You know, I had this conversation with Rich Mazingo. I host Marketing Mix Radio with him.
You got to connect me with him, man.
Oh, you'd love it. He's a great guy. But we were talking about this, and normally, and again, I feel bad for him because this is he's in the middle of his work year right now. He's got 70-something games to make a living, and that's shot. Wow. But both of his college kids are at their house, so this all happened at the same time. And hey, I'm going to help you out. Yeah, there you go. I'm just saying, look at me. I was going to, but he was talking about it. He goes, man, I said, how's quarantine life? He goes, I'm anxious. I need to get back to work. He goes, it's a Thursday afternoon. It's 3:00. Normally I would be at the ball field till 1:00 in the morning. And me and my 2 sons just got through playing Frisbee golf in our backyard at 19 and 21 years old. He goes, I don't know if I'll ever get that chance again. So it's bad, but I'll take this every day.
Yeah.
So, I'm hoping some of this stuff that we talk about and post on Facebook and how much it's made us slow. I hope some of this sticks because I've enjoyed it.
Yeah. Well, I've used this illustration even with coaches is, you know, the beauty of this is it's allowed us to slow down enough to make a turn. And so here's the thing we know about a vehicle. When you're driving down the road at, 50 miles an hour and you know you need to turn around because you're headed in the wrong direction, here's what you have to do. You have to slow down first. Then you put your blinker on. You let people know, hey, I'm going to make some changes. And then you head back in the right direction and put your foot on the gas. And so the beauty of this is it's forced us to slow down. Now we have to ask ourselves, are we willing to make this turn and not just get going right back in the same direction?
No,
so, dude, I'm even looking at, listen, I got a daughter who thinks she's going to play volleyball at Nebraska. Now, what she doesn't realize is she picked her parents wrong. But, my kids are all in. They love it. But there's things I'm going, is it really worth? I look at the sports scene and I'm going, we play every weekend. That is stupid. You know how I feel about that stuff. Like, dude, these girls aren't competing every weekend. How about let's practice all month and compete one weekend? And they are hungry, baby. Hungry. And
then you can stay all day.
Yeah. And I don't know. You know me, man. I got all these weird ideologies on it.
But that's why you are becoming, I think it's kind of cool to talk to you last year. And I know you've had this direction for a while, but I've kind of watched it as you've gone. And I have a strange feeling that you are really close. It's like the Plinko chip of where it lands. Mm-hmm. I think you and your direction is very close to landing where you're going to be a good hybrid of all these ideas and experiences. But we've talked about it behind the scenes. You and the people you're working with are still figuring it out because most of the stuff out there that's training people right now is either to be uber competitive and how to improve your bat swing at age 5 or the opposite. No one keeps score. Yeah. It's all touchy-feely. And there's a middle ground that I think you guys are feeling.
Balance. Yeah. It's not abundance or abandonment. It's somewhere in between.
You're full of bumper stickers, man. I swear to goodness.
Yeah, that's what Will Healy says. You got more one-liners than I don't know where you come from, man. But that's what we want to do. We want to help people do that. So, and listen, it's not because I have it figured out. It's because I'm willing to search for the answer.
I'm going to be honest. You ought to do a video called Abundance or Abandonment. That's what you ought to do.
All right, let's do it.
I love it, dude.
All right.
Hey, listen, I promised you short. If we stop now, we're less than 20 minutes. That makes me feel like I kept my word.
All right.
So tell everybody one more time where to find your content, and then we're done.
So our event coming up next Thursday, ocoyfca.org. Go to events. log on. I can be your table host. You can watch from the comforts of your couch and enjoy that. And then if you go to abetterwayathletics.com, click on virtual training, scroll down on that page, you can get one of two bundles, a coach's bundle, which includes the parent stuff in it, or you can just buy the parent stuff, but would love to have you jump in there. It's funny, Clint, this guy yesterday, he's from Denver, Colorado. He's got a youth sport organization that they have about 10,000 kids in their youth sport organization. He told me, he goes, listen, man, everybody says concussions is the worst thing, in youth sport. He goes, I really think it's the parent-coach-child relationship is the worst thing. Maybe our concussions are so much worse. I never got concussed. Not that I remember. Now look at me. I probably did. I just had neck surgery.
Yeah.
It's the emotional tension is so much. Like maybe if we fix that, we'd see less concussions. I don't know.
I agree, though. I think those relationships are more important. And don't you do something every Wednesday?
Yeah, so every Wednesday night we go Facebook Live with FCA Wrestling. Check that out. We got Kyle Snyder. This guy's a multiple-time Olympic gold medalist, national champ. I mean, one of the greatest athletes of all time in our sport.
He's going to be on with you. Okay, cool. Dude, I appreciate it. I know you got off one important phone call, and now you got to go make some ribs, man.
That's right.
All right. Have a good night, buddy.
See you. Bye-bye.
See you.